question. I have this question. I have this thing I've been thinking about for a few years, and I'm gonna just get right to it. Do black people have to be entertainers to be looked at as successful? Do people of my skin color have to be entertainers, have to be musicians, athletes, comedian, everything in that world to be looked at as successful? Is that's how I don't know, maybe that's how I'm programmed to see it. Because growing up, well, most black people growing up, we don't really have much. We don't really come from maybe a stable family, a well-off family, and you know, we don't really come from that world, and we don't really have much to look up to. Now, what we do look up to is other people successful like us. We look up to successful people that look like us. And for a black kid, when you turn on the TV, you see, a rapper. You see, I don't know, you see an actor. You see a comedian. You see people that represent us, and they have the glitz and the glam and the money and the fame and all of that good stuff. But they're in the entertainment business. Now, growing up black, you don't really look up to like doctors and lawyers, and those are great professions. Those are great professions, but you don't look up to that. There's no black kid you can look up to. There's no black kid you could go to right now and be like, you know, who do you aspire to be like, or who do you look up to? Who do you admire? And if they don't say like their parents, like my dad or mom or some relative, or grandma, whatever, if they don't, they always say some black celebrity. They always say some black celebrity. They rarely say the average black guy. They rarely say I look up to the guy that does carpentry, or I look up to the plumber. Like, they rarely say anything in that realm. In that realm. And I think it's a problem. It says a lot about us, to be honest, and I think it's a problem. And the reason I say that, because if I look on the opposite side of the spectrum, for someone who grows up someone who's not of my complexion, who is of the opposite complexion, and who grows up in a more stable household, you know, well off. Now, I'm not saying everybody on the opposite complexion of me is well off, but it's a higher percentage chance that, especially if they're like in America, there's a higher percentage chance they're doing okay. It's a higher percentage chance that entertainment to them is just entertainment, and they're not feeling like they have to join this line of business because it's a way out. It's probably just entertainment to them, because they have people in their family, or they know of people that are doctors, are lawyers, are therapists, and all of that, and they know that it's possible for them because they've seen it with their own eyes. They know people, they've seen it with their own eyes. Me, I don't have no doctors in my family. I don't have no lawyers. I don't have no therapists. I don't have no I don't know, whatever highly profession you could think of. I don't have that in my family, and I didn't grow up seeing it. I grew up very modest, and I grew up watching TV, on the internet, and I grew up seeing people that look like me, and I want to imitate their life, or that's a life I want for myself, and they're entertainers. They're mostly rappers, mostly artists, mostly comedians. Every the most popular people, okay, especially in this new generation, all the popular people of my skin complexion who are praised and worshipped, quote unquote, don't not literally, or maybe literally for some people, are entertainers, are comedians, are streamers, or in that realm. In that realm, these are the people that young black kids look up to. These are because that's the only way they feel like they could get the big bucks. You're not gonna make Kai Cenat money being a doctor. You're not gonna make Kai Cenat money being a lawyer. You're not gonna make ISO speed. Listen. That lifestyle is only achievable through the entertainment business. Because the entertainment business will bring in more money than any high paying job you could achieve. Well, at least for a black person. At least for a black person. Now, I'm not saying for black people it's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible to get get a high paying job and live a great life, live a wonderful life. But it's difficult. It's difficult, and it depends on circumstances too. Where you're born, uh, your race, your sex, all that plays a part. So luck really plays a big role in this. Your connections, all that good stuff. So that's just how I see it. I wish it wasn't like that, but that's just how I see it. If I was to talk to one of my nieces or nephews right now and ask them, hey, who do you look up to? I guarantee you, if they don't say like mom or dad or whatever, I guarantee you it's some black entertainer. You know why? Because they're black and they look at them as, wow, that's what I want to do. That's why most of the biggest entertainers in the world are black. Most of them are my complexion. Most of the most sought after people and greatest people to ever do it are black entertainers. You think people would give a flip about LeBron if LeBron didn't play basketball? Would people give a flip about Michael Jordan if Michael Jordan wasn't Michael Jordan? No. Maybe LeBron became a basketball player because what's his other options? Now I'm not saying I'm not saying being an entertainer is gonna be easy. Now that's hard. That's like a 1 in a million type of thing. That's like a 1 in a million just to be successful at it. That's like a 1 in a million type of thing. You gotta be real lucky. But I'm just saying that most black kids would try. They would at least try to, take a shot at it. Take a shot at the chance of just becoming something in that realm. Even if they don't make it, they'll try and take a shot at it. Now, I'm not saying like people of the opposite complexion. I'm not saying they don't strive to be entertainers also, because I'm not saying they don't try to be entertainers also, and they have every right to do so. But I'm just saying the percentages is much higher for black people. The percentage is much higher for black people because we're less likely to get that job that makes 100K a year, 200K a year, 300K a year, whatever. And we look at it as the only way we could ever achieve that type of wealth and status is to be an entertainer. That's the only way we look at it, that we think we could fathom that. Like, if you ask a black person, like, how do you think you would make like 500K a year, 600K a year, even a million a year? They would tell you some form of entertainment. They would tell you some form of entertainment. Musician. I'm gonna be an athlete. I'm gonna go to the NFL. I'm gonna go to the NBA. I'm gonna be a comedian. I'm gonna go on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and I'm gonna do skits. I'm gonna tell jokes, and I'm gonna blow up like that. I'm gonna be the next Drewski. You know, black people are the most influential. They are the most influential because we run the entertainment business, because that is our ticket out. That is our ticket out. Our ticket out is to entertain people. So, quote unquote, our ticket out is to tap dance. If you want to make it big, you gotta tap dance. You gotta tap dance. Now, but like I said, I don't want to discourage, my fellow brothers and sisters to feel like that's the only thing to strive for. That's the only thing you could be great at. No, you could be great at anything you want to do. You could be great at any. If you don't even want to be entertained, you don't have to do that. You don't even have to take that route. You don't have to, you don't have to take that route. Some people take the entrepreneur route. Some people just want a normal basic life. They're not trying to make the millions and millions of dollars. They just want to be all right. They just want to be okay. They just want to be well off and call it that. But hey, I don't know. I'm just ranting. But anyway, yeah. Let me know what y'all think. I might have left out a few thoughts that I wanted to put in this. It's not coming to me right now because I'm going off the top of the head. But I'm gonna just leave it here, and hopefully y'all get the gist of what I'm trying to say, and don't take it the wrong way, because I don't mean no harm by this. I'm just telling you, like, coming up, like, what I see, what people of my complexion, what we look up to. But yeah, anyway, y'all be good. Peace.